what happens during the first 2 to 3 weeks? What are some of the key things that you need to do, that you need to get, the information that you need, the people that you need to talk to? It must be a very long checklist of a lot of grunt work, a lot of conversations, a lot of information to consume. What does that look like?
I looked at it in four pillars. The most important one, and I think one that a lot of people don't think of, is creating attention for yourself and getting buy-in in the organization. Because once you've been somewhere for 6 months, you're not new and exciting anymore. And so you have to take advantage of the excitement of you being the new team member to impact as much as you can early on in terms of what you need from the other teams. So, for example, at Doc, I was going to need the support of our designer quite a bit. So right away, I made sure I learned like what tools is he working in? How do I put things in his workflow that in a way that if I need his support, I'm going to get it, and making it really obvious, like right from the start. Here's 10 ideas I have for how we can redesign our blog, and getting him excited. And then as long as I can get him ramped up right away and excited about it, then that relationship will continue. If I waited 3 months until I had my whole strategy laid out, I knew exactly all the, I had my whole workflow in place, and then suddenly I came to the designer and said, "Hey, I need you to do this task." it, I'd be kind of old news at that point. You really have to make sure you make noise. What I did is I met with basically every person in our company. We're only 8 people. Talked to them about what I plan on doing, asked them about their job. You just made a connection there. I also set up all kinds of things on Slack that I could, anytime I do something, like I publish a blog post or we share something on social, it will announce it in our Slack where everyone else is. Setting a stage for myself to get lots of visibility up front and then on an ongoing basis. How are you going to keep people's attention? Like I said before, you need that buy-in from everybody. That's just a big thing I think people miss. They try to stay in the shadows. Like, I'm going to get a feel for things. I'm going to quietly listen. I think that's a big mistake. I think you have to make yourself known, which is easy for me. I'm an extroverted person. I could see how that would be harder for a lot of marketers and writers are shyer and don't necessarily want to put themselves out there. But I think it's super important. And then there's the information gathering that does have to take place, just in terms of who is your target customer, how do your internal processes work. That has to happen actively over your first month. But I think you have to not get too absorbed in strategy land, because if you stay in information absorbing mode too long, you're not going to make any quick wins happen and you're not going to get to the action. I balanced information gathering, trying to set myself up with my team for success, getting quick wins as much as I could right away, and then also getting all my tools set up and like my marketing tech stack. It's a lot of work to get all that stuff set up, and you have to own that yourself. A great way to just come in and make an impact right away is just start getting your whole tech stack set up.